It gives me great pleasure to introduce our first commencement speaker, Mr. Nick Benivegna.
Hello. We, the class of 2008, are graduating without a valedictorian. So there was no one to give that speech about the good times we had in kindergarten with our glue sticks and our scissors. There's no one to chronicle all the years that we've stressed the faculty of the Canandaigua School District. I think this is for the best, though, because such a near sinful indulgence in nostalgia does not suit me. And I think I would be remiss to waste such an opportunity to make each and every one of you listen to every word I have to say. That's right, I can say anything, and you have to listen. I can make references to characters like Michael Scott and say, "May your hats fly as high as your dreams." I can say big words like floxinocini hillification, which means the act of making something worthless. It's a real word. Catch me after the show, I'll show you how to spell it. And I can also say things like funny words like scooter and pretzel. But I won't. I just did, but I won't do it again. Pretzel. Instead, I simply wish to give you some advice from one hombre, me, who now sees high school as a plethora of opportunities, not as a jail, and graduation as an explosion of new possibilities, not as a retirement from learning. To you, my peers, many of whom have already learned what I'm about to say. All right, here it goes. My advice is, you only live once. Profound, deep, inspiring, compelling, and rich. You only live once. Unless, of course, you're James Bond and then you live twice, but that was just a movie. You only live once. You get one life, one hourglass, the sand slowly slipping closer to the bottom. I know this sounds like a funeral, but I'm getting somewhere with this. The point is, there is no reason to waste your time when you have so little. Why waste it when you only have one life? Make it count. Make it count. We've all worked really vigorously to get here. We've grown, learned, and matured at least enough to get through sex ed without giggling. But we've had our parents and our teachers pushing us. Now we have to set our own goals, whether we're going to college or to get a job or to live in Mumbai. We have to fortify our own future and our very own selves. If you want something done right, you have to do it for yourself. So decide what you want to do, who you want to be, and let not one idle moment pass in which you are not moving to improve yourself. If who you are is someone very different than everyone else, be that person. If who you are is just like everyone else, be that person. Be the heck out of it. You don't have to be different just for difference sake, and for Pete's sake, don't be one-dimensional. Be whoever you want to be, and be that person at his best. Train, study, learn, persevere. You know what to do, whatever you have to do. You've seen those motivational posters, the guy climbing a cliff face with no kittens and no ropes. Be that guy. But on the ground. Cliffs are really, really dangerous. Now, I know all that sounds kind of silly coming from me. Many of you have seen my idle side idling. Well, I'm working on it. Not perfect yet. If I was, I wouldn't even be here. I'd be at my own private island in the Caribbean. Or on my own moon, which is having trouble with the plumbing because the orbit's a little off. And my wife keeps complaining because there's a crater that's letting in a draft. So I'm talking with my realtor about upsizing to somewhere in the fourth dimension. See, even at my best, there's room to improve. I digress. Despite all this, as someone who is trying to reach his goals and be all he can be, I feel justified, if not qualified, in telling you that you can let your moments of weakness work for you. Spend some introspective time to identify your flaws, and then let your desire to aspire move you to improve you. When you realize you've been watching SpongeBob SquarePants DVDs for 16 hours straight, and you've eaten 3 gallons of Rocky Road, maybe you should take that as a sign that you should read a book, or get some exercise, because you know that ice cream is just going to go right to your thighs. Just stay busy and diversify. Try new things. Very importantly, surround yourself with people who help you, who push you to reach your goals. The class of 2008 is splitting up, and we won't all be together to watch each other's backs and to keep each other on track. So when you get out there and meet new people, get to know the ones who have goals, who aspire, and who support you. Befriend people who have traits that you want to have. They will make you better people. I speak from personal experience. Steer clear of those who frown on intelligence and work, who stagnate and fester in pools of their own impotence. They will suck out your soul. Again, personal experience. And anything from Jupiter too, steer clear from them because they're hostile aliens. You can usually identify them by tentacles protruding from mouth and back, so you're on tentacle watch. I digress. What I'm trying to say is that this isn't the end. It's certainly the end of an era for us. And of course, we'll all have mixed feelings about leaving our friends and our school behind. But whatever you do, I implore you, don't let this be the end of your learning. Wherever you end up, college or wherever, this is just the beginning. I suggest everyone take some time to listen to Frank Sinatra's My Way. In the song he sings, get ready. Regrets, I had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. But that's just the warm-up. We're going in. At the end of the song, he sings, for what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. Let the record show I took the blow, Good song. Frankie knows best. I think we all can agree on that. And if every one of you can sing that song at the end of the day and mean it, and not necessarily as well as I just did, if you can all sing that song at the end of the day, then everything I just said will be floxanasnihilipilificated. But for now, take the next few weeks, enjoy your graduation parties, enjoy your accomplishment. We are graduating after all. But don't stop now. There is always more up. You can do even better. You have only one life. Make it count. Pretzel.